Day 48. Sun is getting closer. Night radiation starts earlier now. Anomaly activity has increased. New resources. New interral vein.
How are you?
And there's a phone call. Let's see assignments. I need metals. Metals miner. And technician. Minerals worker. Refiner. Greenhouse, there's nothing. Kitchen. Botanist, you can do kitchen. And then you'll probably go to greenhouse. No repairs needed. Okay, let's have that phone call. Let me double check research. Oh, shield anomaly. Then you can do this one.
Hello?
Jan, Maxwell here.
It's good to hear you. Things are getting more and more tense in here.
Yeah, I know. Lucas told me everything. I set to work at once analyzing the data you sent. I won't lie to you. This condition you discovered is something never seen before. I can confirm what you probably already suspect. It is highly probable that it is induced by accelerated brain tissue development which your alters have undergone. I am very sorry this has happened, but nobody could have predicted it. As I've said before, you're a pioneer, Jan. Unexpected setbacks come with the job.
Being a builder is my job.
It's the job you signed up for. But it's not who you are anymore, is it? Not just who you are. You've crossed the threshold, and now, I suppose, well, you have to face the trial.
Tell me. I'm ready.
Your heart's in it. That's good. But you'll also need an open mind, because the solution I would like to propose may be a little unsettling.
What would I have to do?
Prepare a treatment based on biological material from a healthy donor.
Donor of what exactly?
Brain cells.
Great. I volunteer.
That's generous of you, but you can't donate brain tissue.
What? Why not? I'm the only one who's not affected.
Because it would kill you. It's not blood samples we're talking about, but a significant amount of brain tissue from the cortex.
So, how did you want me to get it?
There is only one solution. You have Rapidium, Jan. You have the womb. All you need to do is create a copy of your body, but without applying the branching procedure. By leaving its mind records blank, you will create a being with no awareness, no feelings, no thoughts. A biological vessel, if you will. A tabula rasa.
That doesn't sound very nice. But I guess it could work.
It has to work. Just follow the instructions I send you and you can cure your alters with healthy brain tissue very effectively.
Wait, but if Rapidium-induced growth causes this, won't he get sick as well?
It shouldn't. Not if it stays fully sedated. You see, the mutation occurs in the part of the brain responsible for cognitive functions, thinking, learning, remembering. So as long as the vessel's cortex stays inactive, it will remain a clean slate, and its brain tissue will be safe to use.
So, Tabula Rasa is doomed to die.
Oh, I see what worries you. The possible existence of the human factor some people call the soul. Personally, I prefer the word used by Avicenna, essence. You see, Avicenna made a distinction between essence and existence, which he thought was the domain of the accidental, or, as you would put it, the choices that shape us. Essence, on the other hand, is that core of a being which endures, regardless of any circumstances. For Avicenna, essence proved that there was a God who created us. For me, it's a whole new field of study. Just think about it. What if we looked at this essence just like we look at any other aspect of a human being? Its body, mind, emotions, something that can be scientifically observed, trained, even enhanced. Isn't that exactly what you were doing with your altars, Jan?
Is that what you want me to do with them? Train them? Enhance them?
Of course not. I was only trying to show you how deeply rooted we are in sentimental superstitions our culture imposes on us. All I'm suggesting is that you look at this empty altar's essence in the same way a sculptor looks at a stone that is too brittle to carve in. There's no logical reason to fear dismissing it. Lucas and I went back to our old research to recreate a piece of code we once discarded. One that allowed for a much more flexible approach to erasing human memories. It can serve you to increase the capabilities of the quantum computer and create a tabula rasa version of yourself.
Upgrade the quantum computer? With the use of your banned research, but what about Ally Corp? What about the consequences for me when they find out about all the rules I've broken? A simple builder? I mean, creating my altars is one thing, but this... I could get accused of much bigger violations.
Can I trust you, Jan?
Yes. Of course you can.
Good. Ally Corp doesn't have to know anything. Whatever happens from now on can stay strictly between you and me. I told you that I'd do anything to protect your mission, and I wasn't joking. Follow my instructions, and I'll take care of everything else.
Ally Corp has a big medical department. My ex-wife works there. Are you sure we shouldn't turn to them for help instead of harvesting this biological vessel against the law?
Yes, I'm sure. I told you before, it's better for you and your altars if your wife and her employers stay out of this. You didn't listen then. I hope you'll listen now. It's the only safe way for you. We can do this. Are you with me?
This is all very confusing. I need to think it through before I make any decisions.
Of course. I'm sure you'll come to the right conclusion. You're a smart man, Jan Dolsky. Let me just make one thing clear. My goal isn't to undermine Ally Corp's operations. It's not resentment that drives me. Yes, my career was broken because of their short-sightedness, but I'm not seeking revenge. I just believe that I have a much deeper understanding of the full potential of your mission, and the means to execute this potential. All they could ever do is take the rupidium you've found and use it to boost the prices of their shares. I mean, sure, maybe a few hungry people would benefit as a side effect, but it would all be temporary, insignificant, an opportunity lost. So, no, I'm not against them. But I know that by withholding some information from them, we can achieve so much more. I mean, just think about it, Jan. Think about how much everything you're going through is really worth. Because to the corporation, you are just an instrument. To me, you are a gift.
Let's talk to scientist. He's in park with Bench.
You must be pretty scared. being the oldest? Quite the contrary. If I die first, I won't have to watch the rest of you squirming. Hey there. I talked to Maxwell. It looks like he came up with a cure for your condition. Really? Are you telling me there's hope? Yeah, it's some kind of sophisticated treatment based on healthy brain tissue. Maxwell sent us a formula. Oh, that's ambitious. What do you need me to do? Well, I'll need you to reprogram our quantum computer according to some old piece of code from Maxwell's experiments. He claims it's gonna let us create an awareness-free alter. Awareness-free? The plan is to create a biological vessel from my DNA and extract lots of healthy brain tissue from it. Biological vessel to produce a healthy mutation-free brain. That makes sense. So, you're okay with it? It sounds like a promising idea. Why would I not be okay with it? Because it's cruel? Science is cruel. Survival is cruel. But it's not just about our survival, right? The whole mission is at stake, Jan. That's what Maxwell said. Don't you find it odd that he's so reluctant to consult AliCorp Medical about our problem? It is slightly unsettling, I admit. Are you thinking of talking to them behind his back? I don't know. Maybe I should talk to Lena again. Look, this situation is starting to be a little too emotionally problematic for me. She's your ex, not mine. You decide whether you want to take the risk. Just remember, Maxwell gave us a viable option. Shouldn't we just proceed instead of complicating things? I'm not comfortable with Maxwell's option. Okay then, do as you wish. Call Lena. She's good at what she does, that's for sure. But in the meantime, let me start researching this new QC functionality so as not to waste time in case it turns out Lena can't help us. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. We can do this.
So this is a big choice, and this will affect how the game progresses. It will affect Act 3 and beyond. So research. I'm gonna research this and then finish the shield, but I'm also gonna talk to Lena.
Lena, can you hear me?
I'm here. Did you get to your rendezvous point?
Not yet. I'm experiencing unforeseen circumstances. Again.
What's the problem?
There's something I haven't told you about this mission.
Okay.
Something I had to do. I was instructed to do, but in the end, it was kind of my decision to follow through. But I really had no choice.
What did you do, Jan?
Well, I created a copy of myself.
I'm sorry, but this is just not funny to me. I'm beginning to worry you've completely lost it. Calling me like this in the middle of the night and making up nonsense?
No, Lena, it's true. I know it sounds fucked up, but listen. I have Rapidium and I have a womb, you know, this module. Just think about it. I can make copies of myself. My alters.
Alters? Jan?
Yeah. Because I use the quantum computer to alter their life paths, you know? So, yeah, I know this is crazy, but you gotta believe me, they are different versions of me with different choices they made in life. There's even one who thinks he never divorced you. I mean, how crazy is that? He's such a pain in the ass. You'd hate him. Lena, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you believe me?
I don't know.
Are you crying?
Just tell me what the fuck you want from me.
They've got some kind of medical condition, my alters. A brain mutation of some kind. It could be from being forced to grow so quickly, because I'm the only one who doesn't have it. They're dying. Eventually, they're gonna die, and I won't make it without them, Lena. So, if you want to help me, please look into their MRI scans and tell me if you think there's anything that could be done.
Do you think Rapidium-induced growth could be responsible?
I don't know. My scientist alter said... never mind.
Just tell me one thing. Does Maxwell know about these alters?
He was the one who instructed me to create them.
If it's true, you know I have to report it to the board.
Then you'll get me into deep shit, Lena. Is that what you want?
It's gonna backfire and you know it.
Look, will you help me or not?
Okay. Send me those scans, but I can't promise anything.
Thank you. Can I trust you to keep quiet about it? They're gonna find out anyway. Maxwell just needs time to figure out how to protect them. Corporate games. You hate that shit too.
I don't want to hear another word about Maxwell. That guy's gonna have to explain a lot when you get back.
But you won't tell anybody now?
No, but that doesn't mean I'm okay with it.
I get it. I appreciate it.
Jan, what happens if I can't help you when they die? Will you be able to make it on your own?
They can't die.
In that case, I'll do my best not to fail you. I just hope it's not too late.
Thank you. Bye. Jan, we need to discuss something.
In the machinery, sure.
Looks like you have something to say to me. Please, tell me it's not true. Are we seriously going to farm a human being like it's a plant? No, you're right. It's unthinkable. I talked to Lena and she promised to try and help. Good. That's the way to go.
And I am gonna go out and explore. There are 2 new veins. Let's get them.
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
Greenhouse, yes sir. And now everybody wants to talk. And we will talk. I also want to show you this. Outside the base,
Molly's grave. I couldn't have chosen a better place for her myself. Rest in peace, brave little sheep.
this is where they buried Molly. Okay, worker, you should go to workshop.
Hey man, I want to talk to you.
We will talk. I need batteries. Make sure you make them first. Another sample. And now I can go and see what they all want. Actually, I can leave this way.
So, heard the news? I think we might have a cure for you. Yeah, and I gotta say, good job. I know not everyone is convinced about this method, but in my opinion, we should do whatever it takes to save the crew, without looking back. Hey, what did you want to talk about? Is it true? Are you really thinking of getting the corporation involved in our treatment? The jury's still out on this one. Why? I strongly advise against it. Whatever you do, do not trust the corporation. I might sound obsessed, but I am speaking from experience. You should know that Ally Corp has blood on their hands. Yeah, why doesn't that surprise me? Of course, they put the blame on the unions. What happened? Well, first they tried to downplay our demonstrations. Chaotic riots, that's what they called them. Then they sent in the police. Things got more and more brutal. Innocent people were arrested, charged with false accusations, vilified. That's when I decided to step in as a leader. I consolidated all the separate small unions, and together we declared a general strike of the joint unions against all the big six corporations. Well, they couldn't call us chaotic anymore, so what do you think they did? I guess they had no choice but to finally offer you a deal. They went for me, personally, by planting a mole inside the organization who challenged my leadership. Imagine this guy appearing out of nowhere and suddenly undermining my authority. And his agenda? Stop the strike, back down on our demands. Ridiculous. The worst thing was, some people actually took him seriously, which is exactly what those double dealers wanted. To drive a wedge between us, destroy our newfound unity. You had to send a clear message to the people. Yeah, I had to show them that we'd never back down. It was now or never. We needed public opinion on our side, so I called for a nationwide demonstration to support our cause. A mass display of distrust towards the powers that be. And you know what? The turnout exceeded my expectations. It was the proudest day of my life. Until it became the darkest one. What happened? The police happened. Pushing the protesters about, yanking people out of the crowd, and mousetrapping the ones who wanted to retreat. Panic broke out. Several groups started backing out while others tried to push on, trampling them. It was a massacre. Many people died that day, Jan. And it's all on the corporations. Their hypocrisy, their greed. Did you ever regret it? Getting involved? Becoming their leader? Let me tell you something. I had a friend, good friend, Ben. He was, tired of the fighting. At one point, he asked me to go away with him, but I couldn't. I felt giving up would be like letting the corporation win. That was the moment I realized what my calling was: to lead people, inspire them to stand up for themselves. What happened only proves that we were up against pure evil and that our fight made sense. So, no, I have no regrets. Even though I got blamed for those deaths. And that was the corporation's plan all along. To backstab me and discredit me in the eyes of people who trusted me most. So, how come you ended up on this mission? For Ally Corp? Well, it was the only way to redeem myself in the eyes of the unions. I failed as a leader. So, I needed to rebuild my position from scratch. And then Ally Corp offered me the role of a union representative on this mission. And they probably thought they were humiliating me. But I wanted to show the people I was willing to fight for their rights in any circumstance, even if it meant venturing into the lion's den. So, here I am. But it doesn't mean I trust them. And neither should you. 'Cause they're gonna play you just like they played me. Don't worry. I won't. Good. Thanks for hearing me out. I hope you won't let anyone change your mind.
Let's see who's where. Workshop, research. You have 2 more hours with that. And I have 2 samples, which I'll probably use on Automatic Outpost. I would need Automatic Outpost more if I were to choose Maxwell path, but even if I don't, I really like it, so I'm gonna take it. I have lots of minerals, so I'm gonna go get some organics. Just to pass some time. There's a phone call. And at this point, check this out. Miner is still at his outpost. He wants to work 12 hours a day. So until he comes back, let's talk to everyone. Assignment. Maintenance. Technician. We're gonna need you.
So, heard the news? I think we might have a cure for you. Yeah, I've heard. And I gotta say, it's kinda disturbing. Is it true you're considering creating this knocked out guy and retrieving his brain? Don't worry. I want to try and explore another way. That's a relief. Hope it works out. So, heard the news? I think we might have a cure for you.
Yeah, I heard. You want to make another one of us and perform some sick experiments on him. That's nice, Jan. Feed us our own brother's brain. Make even bigger freaks of us.
Well, he's happy. Where is Miner? Miner is at the airlock. He came back very late.
So, heard the news? We might have a cure for you.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it. They're saying it's a controversial idea. But this is not the time and place for being subtle, right?
Hey, I notice you returned late to the base. You know that radiation at this time can be extremely dangerous for you.
Ah, you noticed. Yeah, I did stay out a little longer. But I squeezed so much more out of that outpost. And we really need it now. I do feel kinda nauseated, but small dose of radiation ain't nothing we can't neutralize overnight.
I don't think you should go on like this.
Why not? You need me, and I want to make myself useful. So stop being so goddamn noble and take advantage of it like a proper boss.
Lena?
I think I've got something that can help you with your altars.
Really? What is it?
I got my hands on some tech we've been using for one of our contracts. It seems it can be modified to your needs. It's a neural implant.
What? No, Lena, I'm not a neurosurgeon, and I only have the basic equipment here.
Oh, relax, okay? It's a tiny, smart device. Inserting it is no harder than vaccinating a kid. I'll send you all the necessary instructions.
Easy peasy, huh?
I missed your sarcasm. But no, it wasn't easy to crack this one. It took all night, actually. And we did our best to make it as simple as possible for you.
No, wait. We? Who's we?
I consulted a colleague. He was in charge of deploying this implant for its original use. Nobody knows this tech better than him.
What was the original use?
The client was a big company operating in the private prison sector. They tested it on convicts applying for parole. The implant didn't just track their whereabouts. It also allowed them to control them in other ways. Regulate their levels of anxiety and such. Anyway, we think we can reprogram it to provide other brain treatments. We've worked out an initial formula based on your scan results. The implant will let us apply the formula, but also allow us to react in case anything goes wrong in the future.
Hang on a second. Are you saying you want me to implant tracking devices into my alters' heads? But that means the corporation is gonna find out about them and get full access to their brains. Do you realize how vulnerable it would make them?
Look, I'm starting to think this is becoming a little bit too much about your alters. You asked for a way to cure them. I did what I could. Yes, it means coming clean to the corporation, and yes, It also means giving them control. But that might actually be a good thing for you. You were never meant to command that mission. Please remember that. Don't put too much weight on your shoulders.
Easy for you to say. You're not the one who's gonna have to convince my alters to agree to it. It would be hard enough to convince me. I mean, imagine being left to the mercy of a soulless institution for whom you're just a massive inconvenience. A liability.
And you thought what? That you could grant them a long, happy life when you created them? They'd have to be brought to light sooner or later. You can't protect your alters from who they are. I'm sorry, but if you want to cure them, you'll have to expose them.
Maybe.
Just, please, whatever you do, don't trust Maxwell. I asked around some more, and the rumors are alarming. So I need to do some fact-checking before I share them with you. Why don't you follow the instructions I'll send you? Buy yourself time and let me get back to you, okay?
Yeah. Thanks, Lena.
Good luck.
Okay. Right.
Time to talk to everyone again.
What? Huh. I always thought I'm a dog person. I know. I thought so too. Then we adopted Hector.
Another
Shame you
lovely
don't have a
day
picture of
with
him.
a brain mutation. Would be nice to know there's a solution.
Have you heard? We have another way to cure you.
Right. Well done. Brain implants. Talk about jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire.
I have reservations about the refinery. Just say what you have to say. I just feel a little dizzy around there. I think it should be checked for, leakage. Maybe. Or maybe cut back on beer. Looks like I found an alternative treatment for you.
Shit. So it is true. Your wife told you to put implants in our brains so the corporation can track us? You're not seriously thinking about it.
No, relax.
Of course not. I knew you wouldn't.
You are exhausted. And with that, let's sleep. I'll talk to others tomorrow.
Man, I sure hope we'll get... Jan, come and see me. There's a matter I want to discuss.
Hey, you wanted to talk? Yeah, it's about the miner. I've been watching him and I don't like what I'm seeing. He keeps coming back late, doesn't rest properly. Yeah, it worries me too. But it seems like this is how he wants it. Not much I can do to stop him. Not great. I mean, I know the radiation can be handled from a medical point of view, but I just don't think it's right for a person to be exploited like that. Makes me wonder why he's okay with it. He just wants to make himself useful in a difficult time. Where's the harm in that? But that's it. Haven't you noticed how obsessed he is with being useful, hand or no hand? The miner's clearly trying to prove something he's insecure about, and you're taking advantage of that. Well, what do you want me to do about it? See, this is exactly why the unions were adamant about a mental health specialist on board every mission. The miner clearly needs therapy, and I know it sounds crazy, but maybe expanding the crew in that direction could benefit all of us. That's not such a bad idea. It's just that won't going back to all that bad shit in his life bring him down and make him lose that new zest he just acquired? You're worried he's going to be less productive. And you might be right. But maybe that's exactly what he needs. To like himself the way he is, even if no one awards him a medal for it.
Self-therapy. Send the miner to the contemplation room. Workshop. Implants. I'm gonna have to make implant for each altar, so that's 6. One is 10 metals, 30 minerals, and 20 rapidium. Assignment. You're in the workshop, research, greenhouse, maintenance, minerals, metals. Miner, you're going to think about life. Enjoy.
Looks like talking to Lena helped find an alternative solution after all. Yeah. I mean, the idea of that implant doesn't sound so great, but I guess Lena knows what she's doing, right?
Jan, there's an issue we need to discuss. Let's meet.
Sure.
What's troubling you?
Well, I've been analyzing the situation thoroughly, and in light of the fact that we may all die of this abnormality in our brains, the thought of not making it back to Earth has been haunting me. To the point of obsession, I admit. Yeah, you'll make it. We'll all make it, don't worry, okay? Oh, please. I'm not worried for myself. There's a lot more at stake here than just our fleeting lives. Can't you see? The world will miss so much if I go too soon. Oh, what do you mean? My work. Everything I did in my parallel life wasn't meaningless. On the contrary, no, it had the potential to push space exploration to a whole new level. Really? How? You see, I developed a method of nanoparticle dispersion that proved to be stable in even the most extreme conditions.
Oh, shit?
Exactly. And now it breaks my heart to think that all that groundbreaking research, all that knowledge could just disappear with me, never to see the light of day. Yeah, man, you're right. We can't let the method of nanoparticle, we can't let it disappear. So let's do something about it. Yeah, right. But what can we do about it? I want to recreate my research, here and now. Revisit my logic, backtrack my calculations, rewire the connections in my brain, and write it all down again. For posterity. And you need me to grant me the time to focus on this project and nothing else. Of course, I'd still be there to attend mission-critical tasks if the need arises, but I would appreciate if I could limit my availability as much as possible until I get this weight off my chest completely.
So, you're telling me no other scientist is smart enough to come up with what you did? Are you really such a genius?
Genius. You mean a nerdy guy you see in movies who wakes up in the middle of the night with a ready-made solution in his head? No, Jan. I'm a normal human being just like you. Difference is, I've burned the midnight oil more than once to find the answers I was looking for. It's no magic. But yes, I do think there's a risk no one else will ever come up with my method. And the reason I fear that is because, well, you could say, discovered it by accident. What? No shit. Yeah, but that doesn't diminish the importance of my results, does it? They say luck favors the prepared, but this time I'm gonna need more. Will you favor me as well? Fine. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. It's amazing that by trying to save your own life and altering yourself, you involuntarily unleash such a big potential for change and progress. I can start working on my old research whenever you're ready.
So you want to spend some time on private research? You can do it after QC hacking. Refiner, communication room.
I found an alternative solution to your problem.
The implants, right? Talk about a divisive idea. But I, for one, appreciate your effort. Anything's better than, you know...
And now I'm gonna go...
The refinery is such a weird place, don't you think? Just say what you have to say. I just feel a little dizzy around there. I think it should be checked for, leakage. Maybe. Or maybe stop daydreaming. Tension is becoming dangerous. We need to find
There is another interval vein here. So let's get it. And the vein ends this way. This is where it ends. So I'm gonna mine some metals now. Unless somebody objects. Miner wants to talk. We'll talk later.
Find some time for me? We gotta talk.
Okay, let's talk. You can come out.
All done. Should I take care of this now?
Yes, thank you.
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
Yes, thank you.
Hope you make a decision.
How was your time alone? Any thoughts?
Yeah, it was a complete waste of time. All I could think of was the work I could be doing instead. Why the hell did you send me there? There's nothing wrong with me. On the contrary, I've never been better. Why don't you just let me do my thing?
Because I'm worried for you.
You want me to treat you like a mining machine. I thought a rest would clear your mind, get you out of that mindset.
I'm not a kid. I would have literally died of boredom in there if it weren't for that goddamn audiobook.
What audiobook?
Oh, some ancient babble about a whaling expedition. What the hell do I care? It was that, cheesy romances, or a fantasy saga. Man, I hate fantasy. So, I chose the whaling one. At least the men were men there. And their captain, Ahab, well, he was missing a leg, so... yeah, I gotta admit I got pretty hooked.
He's talking about Moby Dick.
Seriously? How can you hate fantasy sagas?
Call me a savage. Now, if you want to open a book club, go ahead. I'll pass and go back to my work if you don't mind.
The other dialogue, if you ask him if he's connected to Ahab, he doesn't like that question either, so doesn't really matter what you ask.
Hey, you wanted to talk?
Yeah. I was hoping you could explain something to me. We're in deep shit, right? It's an all-hands-on-deck situation.
Sort of.
You, my friend, did not outdo yourself to make me whole again so that I would shy away from hard work when duty calls. Correct?
Right.
So how come you're not sending me where the real action is?
Real action?
Mining outpost is where a miner belongs. That's where I'm at my most efficient, and that's where I'm needed right now.
Hey, easy now. First of all, every job is equally important. Being part of a team, you need to be flexible.
Hey man, I get it. I'm no bird brain. This is not me being picky. All I'm saying is if you got a racing horse, you don't make it pull a card, do you? I'm most valuable when I'm mining resources, and I'm not cut out for much else. So, don't give me that flexibility bullshit.
Continue the miner's therapy. And back you go. While I am gonna mine minerals. Alters are arguing in the research lab. Oh, QC is also done. Workshop needs repair.
You treat people like goddamn tools. Well, I'm not a tool, so you better show some respect. Really?
Some alters don't like that the scientist is in charge of their medical documentation and think he and Yan are making up stories to conduct experiments on them. The technician demands access to their scan results. If I side with technician and give access, scientists will spend the rest of the day writing a description of the scans instead of doing research. Fine. You can get your scans. Because you don't trust anyone. And then you can do some maintenance. Or a worker can also do maintenance with you. Because you're like that. Okay, let's make this guy. Create a biological vessel without any awareness for the purpose of brain cells extraction. Okay, he's cooking. Research. After your private research, you can continue with automatic outposts. And I am gonna get some metals. Alters arguing in the kitchen.
Let's stop arguing and solve the issue like a democratic team, I propose a vote. You really want to vote on something like this?
Come see me. I'd like to draw your attention to something.
Great teamwork with those towers, don't you think?
Are you really planning to vote on your treatment?
Why? Are you afraid of democracy?
No? Cute.
You heard them. They feel they should all have a say in this. The one thing they can agree on. Anyway, don't think you're not invited. We'll let you know when the event starts.
Sounds good. Miner. You can go out.
Did you manage to listen to that book some more? Huh. So you remembered. That Captain Ahab, he's hunting a whale that bit off his leg. He's got a prosthetic leg, mind you, not too advanced, but still, his crew respects him. All the other guys just want to catch a whale, any whale, and bring the money home. But Ahab, he's only interested in the whale, taking his goddamn ship all around the world to hunt down the son of a bitch. Sounds like you admire him. You and your fucking theories. I'm simply curious if he's gonna catch that whale. Nothing more.
Well, back you go. While he's inside, you can't go in. And with that, it's time to end the day. Or maybe do some beer pong. I'm angry that the ant doesn't value my time. You'll be fine. Assignments next day. Let's see production. Okay. Workshop, worker. You're gonna do maintenance and everything else seems fine. So let's sleep.
Hope you make a decision.
New altar is ready. Talk to Miner.
And? Did you find out if Ahab managed to catch his whale? He sure fucking tried. But he failed. drowned and took his whole crew down with him. The monster got the best of him. Sounds like a sad ending. I don't know. Got me thinking. I'm not sure how those writers do it, but when you get to the end, it almost feels like you always knew it was gonna be that way. Huh? Like it was obvious all along they wouldn't get him. Man, I just hope it's not gonna be like that with us in Rapidium. We're gonna be okay. You know why? Because I care for my crew more than the captain in your book. I'm determined to succeed, but I'm not obsessed. Huh. So, is that what you think makes the difference? Caring about others? Yeah. But most of all, you need to believe in yourself. Even if you failed before, you can't let that get to you. Otherwise, you'll become obsessed. Yeah. And now that I think of it, maybe that Ahab guy wasn't thinking clearly. 'Cause he just couldn't get over what crippled him. Messed him up as a man. Like the last thing he'd ever admit to was being a loser. Look where that got him. Yeah. Well, it didn't do me no harm, that distraction. Funny thing, that whole story made me realize something that never occurred to me before. Oh yeah? What's that? That it's, no shame to be weak. Okay. Now, I think it's time I got back to work. But I won't be obsessing about it anymore if that's okay with you. Wouldn't want to end up like Ahab. You better watch your mouth,
That's
asshole.
ridiculously amusing.
It takes strength to admit to a weakness. The miner taught you that allowing yourself to be vulnerable makes you more honest and approachable to others. And it brings relief.
What was that about? Just another valuable discussion with our most charming alter, who wanted life and feels sorry for us pathetic losers. Details, please. Do I really need to go through that again? That asshole attacked me for using Mom as an excuse for not pursuing my ambitions. Seems to me he's the one looking for excuses.
You're more alike than you think.
Yeah, dude, I know. We share a face.
It's more than that. You're both proud and stubborn. You feel like you have something to prove to each other, but you don't. Not with those sharp minds and
Tongues?
yeah. Listen, I'm not saying you'll be friends, but you could try to find common ground.
Fine. Maybe we'll bond over analyzing your shortcomings.
Nice. Assignments. Miner can go back to metals. Who else wants to talk? Scientist in the kitchen.
What were you arguing about? Nothing. He's just oversensitive and can't handle a little bit of constructive feedback. Tell me more, please. What's there to tell? He cowers behind the mask of a hero who sacrificed his chance to get a proper education to stay with his mother, and he tries to judge me for doing the opposite. I don't think he's cowering behind anything. I think he's just as proud and judgmental as you. Pride without ambition is just arrogance. We're nothing alike. Are you sure? He gets shit done just like you, and he's a pain in the ass, also like you. Fair is fair. Maybe I underestimated him. See? Now go hug or something. Don't be ridiculous. Best I can do is give him the benefit of the doubt.
Who's next? Botanist.
Hey, you wanted to talk?
Yeah.
So, I heard you're in touch with Lena about our problem?
You did.
I just want to say, asking her for help is the smartest move. You're gonna do as she says, right?
That's the plan.
Good. You should stick to her. You seem to be getting along much better now, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
That's great. To think I was the mastermind behind it. Amazing.
It really is. Thanks.
Do you think this could be a chance for you and her to, get back together?
Only with you as my wingman.
Yeah. Funny. Well, in that case, there's something you need to know. I think it's only fair you should know how much deeper your relationship could have been.
What do you mean?
You see, she was the one who was supposed to go on this mission. She was the head of the hydroponic farms project. I was just helping her out in the lab. She was so excited about taking her solutions to a base like this. She wanted to go so badly. But she failed her medical tests.
And you could replace her just like that? Without any preparations?
It was madness, but yeah. Somehow I managed to get a crash course in everything in the last moment. It was only possible because I've been close to Lena all the time she'd been preparing. Because she insisted I take her place.
Wait a second. Couldn't she just take care of whatever the problem was and enroll for the next mission? Unless you're telling me this was something that wouldn't go away.
Well, it was. But also, it was something neither of us wanted to go away. She was pregnant.
Oh.
I only learned about it the night before takeoff. She didn't want to raise my hopes because it was still such an early stage. We'd been trying before, but every time it ended all too soon. The disappointment was unbearable. And yeah, I can't say it didn't put our marriage to the test. But this time, we were really hoping for a breakthrough. Thing is, I'll never get to know if we were right.
Wow. So you were gonna be a dad. That's amazing.
It is, isn't it? If only for a moment. But that was a moment of happiness in that short time between the launch and going into cryosleep. And then waking up here. Only to learn that it's not true. Funny. I never thought being a father would become so important to me. What about you? Did you ever think about it?
I can't say it never crossed my mind, but... time was never right. First, we were saving money for the house. Then I lost my job. And then it was just struggling to find any stability.
Stability, yeah. We found it after moving abroad. Turned out that company wanted her so much, they even agreed to hire me to help her out in the lab. Working together really brought us close. You should have seen her beaming that night she told me. "This could be it, Jan," she said. I'll never forget the look on her face. I was supposed to get a good night's sleep before the launch, but we just talked the hours away, laughing and remembering old times. Until at 3 in the morning, we ended up singing Big Green Tractor. Oh man, Yeah, that's right. The unforgettable hit of our mountain road trip. That trip. Man, that must have been in another life. We were crazy, young, and in love. And broke. Remember that rundown car we borrowed from Lena's uncle? Yeah. All it had for a radio was an old CD player and one CD. And the opening track, Big Green Tractor. It made us laugh so much we played it on repeat. Yeah. Those were the times. That trip was where Lena bought us that cheesy shepherd's axe. Remember? Oh, yeah. You know, I even packed it on this mission to remind me of her. Hey, you didn't by any chance have the same idea? No. Sorry, I didn't. Oh yeah, stupid me. I got so immersed in memories I almost forgot you two split up. I guess I'm just trying to hold on to anything real and tangible. I packed so many things that reminded me of her, I'm left with nothing. But, of course, there's no way that axe could materialize from another life where it wasn't, well, valued so much. Anyway, thanks for talking. I'm glad I got it off my chest.
Blast from the past. Talk to scientists about the axe.
Hey, can I ask you a favor? Isn't that what you do all the time? Yeah. Well, this is not mission related, not directly anyway. That's not helping your cause. Right. Do you remember that road trip to the mountains we took with Lena just after we met? Of course I do. We took a lot of unnecessary risks getting into that old pickup without giving it a proper checkup first. What were we thinking? What can I say? Youth. Nice excuse. Makes me wonder what a miracle it is for so many people to survive that stage in life. Yeah. Anyway, remember the shepherd's axe Lena bought us there? A silly souvenir just for laughs? Please, don't remind me. I need to recreate it. Really? Why? Look, I feel bad about that. But I know I can rely on you even when you're pissed off at me. That's what makes you special. All right? Go on. Let me put it straight. I need help. And of all the alters, you're the only one who can give me the right answers. That's not an unusual situation. So you have questions about the axe?
You see, I forgot what it looked like exactly.
Wooden handle, steel head, folk ornaments. But are you sure the head was steel, not iron? It was a cheap toy, so I guess you could be right. But it looked quite hard. I'd know for sure if I could see it. That's the whole point. We don't have it. Right. Yeah, about that handle. I think it had some kind of a floral pattern carved on it. Floral? Are you sure? I thought it was more like a zigzag. Oh. About those ornaments, it had these red woolly pom-poms attached to it. Do you remember how many? 3. That I'm sure of. But I don't think they were red, Jan. More like magenta, wouldn't you say? Mm-hmm. Damn, this is not helping. And I thought you'd be the perfect guy to recall technical details. Well, maybe we don't quite agree on the definition of technical details. Now, if you'd asked me about the pressure in our tires before we headed out, or the details of the dissertation I was in a hurry to submit before we left, you'd have gotten them immediately. But a toy axe? I didn't exactly analyze it if that's what you expected. All I remember is I looked like a fool holding it in that photo Lena took. Shit, you're right. There was a photo. It's a shame I got rid of it. It was a good decision, if you ask me. Well, that settles it then. If I can't help you, no one can. Just let it go and get your mind back to important things. Lena could still have that photo. Lena? Jan, is that what it's really about? We're in a shithole here, and all of a sudden you feel like flirting? Relax. I assure you all I want to do is recreate that axe. Don't worry, I'll take care of more urgent matters first. Well, in that case, do whatever you want. Just don't waste my time.
Let's see this new altar.
So, yes, here it is. We still need to wait a little for the brain cells to mature fully. How long? 3 days, according to the instructions we got. Once they're ready, you can call a meeting and communicate your decision to everybody. Do you scan the brain for the mutation? Yes, it's all clear. And the cortex shows no signs of activity, which is good. What happens then? We extract the brain tissue, process it according to Maxwell's formula, and start administering the treatment. Of course, we will have to dispose of the body. Whoa!
What the fuck?
Looks like I didn't use enough sedative. Let me just, There. Damn it. I hope it didn't activate the cortex.
What if it did? What do we do now?
Just take a deep breath, okay? I've used enough sedative to put a horse to sleep. So even if his cortex did light up for a moment, it's inactive now. And I'll make sure it stays that way. Look, we can't get thrown off balance. Not now, when we're so close.
Okay.
You're right. You can't tell anyone about this incident, okay? They need to take the cure. I know some of them were against it. This would make them freak out even more. What incident? I didn't see anything. Did you? Okay. Good. Let's just give those brain cells the time they need to mature, and in 3 days, we'll proceed with the treatment. Simple as that. Sure. Fine.
Should I resolve this?
Yes, please. And I am gonna call Lena.
Jan? Hello?
Lena, hey. I just wanted to call to say thank you again and ask you about something personal.
Okay, what is it?
Remember that road trip we took to the mountains? Just after we hooked up?
Mm-hmm.
We borrowed a car from your uncle and...
I remember. What about it?
You don't happen to have any photos from it?
Photos? I might. I'd have to check. Are you interested in anything specific?
Yeah. The photo of me with the shepherd's axe you bought me.
Oh, that axe. Why are you... What is this about?
I just thought I'd recreate it, you know? It would make a nice gift for one of my alters. He's struggling with his emotions.
Seriously? Is that the one you told me about, the one that didn't divorce me? Are you sure you know what you're doing out there?
Yeah,
And I'm learning a lot about myself in the process.
Well, in that case, I guess I can go through my old stuff, see if I can find something in there.
Sure, just let me know if you find anything, okay?
All right, I will.
Thank you, Lena.
Talk soon.
Everyone is sad. Things got really scary. We're all sick. It's gonna be fine, guys. It's gonna be fine. What about food? Somebody's gonna have to cook. Is that gonna be me?
All done. Should I take care of this
Kitchen?
now?
Sure. And I'm gonna get some minerals. Maintenance, sure.
I finished my tasks. Want me to take care of
Sure.
this now?
Scientist wants to talk.
Hey, so... I'm guessing you received instructions from Lena about an alternative solution to our problem. I want you to know that I have those implants ready. A nanoparticle treatment, yes, that's smart. But the device itself, highly questionable. It would mean exposing us to Ally Corp. I won't lie to you. Yes. I see. Of course, they'd have to find out about it sooner or later, right? But this? Look, I can clearly see why Lena talked you into this. She has no idea what's going on here. We're just an abstract problem for her. But on an empirical level, I'm not so sure it's a good idea. Honestly, I have doubts too. Understandably so. We'd be giving them access to our brains. And I'm not really keen on doing that, especially considering we have other options. What if it concerned you? Would you inject a tracking device for convicts into your own brain? If it were me, I'd put my trust in Lena. Would you trust her superiors, though? With what's most valuable to you, your mind, your sanity. So, you think we should go ahead with Tabula Rasa? All I'm saying is that you should decide responsibly, with the potential consequences for all of us in mind. I'm pretty sure I want to go ahead with these implants. Your conviction is rash, but I'm putting the mission first. So if it really is your final decision, I'll follow through. You should be prepared to face less civilized reactions than mine, though. Leave that to me. Fine. Still, I won't be able to start the treatment at once. I'm not an expert on nanoparticle meds, but I do know we need to give the healing agent time to mature before it can be used. Will it be ready for our meeting? It has to be. We can't afford to lose more time. Okay, good. Let's go for it then.
Wait for the meeting. Choose the implants, choose tabula rasa. What does botanist want? Well, I'll talk to him when he gets back. So I'll get some minerals.
I finished my tasks. Want me to take care of
Greenhouse? No. You can do metals. Greenhouse botanist. And I can do metals as well till this is done. Altars have gathered in the research lab.
And that's how we know the scale of the mutation.
That's it? A few brain pictures with randomly colored areas? This is a joke.
Thanks for appreciating my hard work. I loved spending a whole day on this.
The technician is right. This looks like pseudoscience at best.
I can see you're uncomfortable, anxious. Aren't you? The circumstances are far from comfortable. Hard to disagree. I wish I could help. What do you usually do to calm down? Honestly, I try to avoid the thing that scares me or thinking about it. Work is the best distraction. And there's plenty to do here instead of thinking idly. You really won't miss any opportunity to get me to work.
Lena, hey.
I found them. Our old photos. Talk about going back in time. There's one that might interest you. You're waving the shepherd's axe like some mad caveman. You look so chipper in it. I almost forgot how big that smile of yours can be.
Huh.
Made me wonder, you know, knowing what happened later. How little it took for us to go from those happy times to fighting with each other. One moment, you're smiling so broadly, holding that axe, and the next you're smashing it to pieces on our kitchen table.
Yeah, I know, and I really wish that never happened.
Of all the things I ever gave you, you had to bring this one up. Why? It was cheesy, it was worthless, and it brings back a whole lot of shitty memories.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, it was harder than I thought, but I'm doing my best to support you in this crazy situation. And I can handle a sleepless night or two. Anyway, I'm sending you the photo. I hope it helps.
Thanks, Lena.
Take care, Jan.
Yeah. Talk later.
Shepherd's axe. There it is. Now I can build it here. 10 organics, 5 metals. Making it will take 10 hours. Wow. time to sleep. Let me just assign people. Workshop, worker, greenhouse, it's fine. Maintenance, it's fine. Minerals, metals, miner, and that should be it. Oh, not only that, but I can expand the base. Look at that. And now I can go sleep.